conversation can happen anywhere. This conversation can happen at the end of a Tupperware party. This conversation can happen with your best friend at lunch. This conversation can happen in the line at the grocery store. There's 4 things that people want to know about selling Tupperware. But before I tell anybody about selling Tupperware, oh, you're so good, thank you, my dear. Before we can tell anybody about selling Tupperware, now if it's your best friend, you may not need to find all of this out. But if it's somebody that you just met at a Tupperware party, you may need to find out from them a few things. For example, I met Alicia at a Tupperware party a few years ago, not very long ago actually. And the very first question I asked her that day, when she just seemed to be a little bit interested, just a little bit. She wasn't sure she wanted to do this. She's just a little bit interested. I said, well, what makes you kind of curious about this Tupperware thing, Alicia?
Winning the auction.
Winning the auction. Oh, your mic is not on. Winning the auction.
Winning the auction and getting the bag.
Okay.
With the Tupperware.
So I was doing a Tupperware party, and I was giving her extra money to listen to the information. I'm telling you, it's amazing what they'll do for a little auction money. And now, have you ever tried anything like selling Tupperware before?
Yes, I've done some direct sales before.
Mary
Kay.
Mary Kay.
Cutco knives.
Okay.
Lingerie.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
And did you like it? What did you?
No, it was terrible.
Okay, all of it was terrible. All 3 of them.
It was hard. Terrible.
Okay, all right. And
I don't do makeup.
Okay, that was why you didn't like the Mary Kay. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I don't do makeup.
You don't do makeup? Okay, that makes sense. And so, now do you work outside the home?
Yeah.
You don't do makeup
Good
either,
call.
Tony.
Good call.
Yeah, Tony doesn't do makeup either.
I was working outside the home when you, when I
When
met
you
you. So
met me,
yes,
yes.
I do work
Yes.
outside the home. I'm a special education para at my children's school.
Yes.
And I loved the job. It was an excellent, very rewarding job. However, they just didn't pay any money.
Yeah. So when I met her, she was a parent. That's exactly right. And now, Alicia, if you went home from this Tupperware party today and said to your husband, I just signed up to sell Tupperware, what would he say?
Pack your bags and get out.
Okay, all right. And then usually, I'm sorry, I should have asked you, are you married? Because I don't know you, right?
I am.
And what would he say? Okay.
And he would say, no way.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Okay. And is there an extra, have you guys ever talked about an extra amount of money? If you could make some extra money, would he even consider it?
Yeah.
Okay. That might make a difference. Okay. Did you not make money doing any of the other sales? Okay. And so if there was an extra amount of money every single month that you could make, what would that be? What would you guys like? Have you even talked about that kind of thing? Or if you were going to invest some time to do something, how much extra time on top of your para job, what you're already doing?
An extra 3 to 5 hours a week.
Okay.
1 or 2 parties a week on top of the para job.
You would be willing to do that, maybe? Okay, all right, because yes, you were thinking about this even sitting there at that party. Regardless of the fact that she just said, my husband would not want me to, she still was thinking about doing it, sitting there at that party.
We all do that, right?
True story. Well, you know what, Alicia, there's 4 things that most people want to know when they're thinking about selling Tupperware. And the first one is, how much time is involved, okay? And honestly, it's up to you. It's up to what you want to do with your business. And our average party takes a couple of hours, and we don't just drop a kit in your lap and say, go have a good time. We're going to train you. In fact, every single Monday we offer a meeting that you can attend here locally. They're not required, but we do offer them. And so you can come and you can find out what's going on and what the new specials are. And because there's no territories in Tupperware, we also have people that are more than 2 hours away from us. In fact, we have team members in Arizona and Texas and all over the country, Oklahoma, a lot. Say it again. Indiana, that's right. And so we do something at our local meetings is we actually go Facebook Live. Are you familiar with Facebook and Facebook Live? Yeah. And so if for some reason, even if you're local and you have a sick child or you just don't feel well, you can actually even join us. It's way more fun to be there. But you can actually even join us as well. So we are not just going to drop a kit in your lap and say, go have a good time. In fact, we have video training. We have all kinds of things that we do to help you. We're going to help you. Okay, so obviously finding out what's going on takes a little bit of time as well, but honestly, you mentioned 3 to 5 hours a week. You can definitely do a party in 3 to 5 hours a week. And I mean, set up, tear down, do the training, get there, come home, and the amount of money that you make, because that's the second thing everybody wants to know, because, if you're going to do this, you like to know how much money. You make 25% of everything you sell. And our average party is $500 in the United States. That's our US party average. So that means you make $125, and you're only gone a couple of hours. That's really good money per hour. I would venture to say it's more than you're making as a para.
Oh, yes.
Just guessing, okay, just saying. Then on top of that, you can get a bonus. You can either get another 5 to 10% bonus. If you do about 1 party a week, you're gonna get a 5% bonus based on an average $500 party. If you do 2 parties a week, you're gonna get a 10% bonus. And honestly, Alicia, remember at the beginning of the party, I asked everybody what they would do with an extra $1,500 at the end of every single month?
Yeah, I remember that.
When you hold 2 average parties a week, and this is maybe a little more than you want to invest, and that's okay, but when you hold 2 parties a week, that's about 10 hours a week, you can bring home between $1,000 and $1,500 a month. Based on the 3 to 5 hours you're talking about, that's about $500 to $600 a month. Would that help your pocketbook?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Awesome. And you know what on top of that? They give us so much free Tupperware. Oh my gosh, it is so cool. And in fact, I showed you this picture too. In your first 13 weeks as a consultant, you can get a whole bunch of free Tupperware, but the cherry on top of that program, and I showed you the picture, is a $1,200 set of our Tupperware pans.
They're beautiful.
For free. For free, girlfriend. Free. All you have to do
Beautiful.
is hold about 1 party a week for your first 3 months
Okay.
and give us a try. And then, once you're through that program, they give us all kinds of other free Tupperware. We get a lot of free Tupperware. And then, you can actually make more money by growing your own team, or what we call a unit. So, it's up to you. The sky's the limit. And I drive a free company car and have for 25 years. Tags, taxes, tires, and insurance. And every 2 years, I get another car replaced free.
I like that.
TV. Third question, how much does it cost to get started? Because I bet that's one thing your husband's going to want to know. Well, how much did this cost me tonight? Well, it actually costs $99, but you can get started with $39 down. $39 down plus tax, I know. And you get this whole picture, and I'll show you here in just a minute what's in our kit. It's in the back of the catalog too. It's over $300 in value for $99. And what you do is you put $39 down. And then the very best way to get started is, you're at this party tonight. Well, I know that you've already said you'll date a party off of Amy, thank you. I knew her name, I just couldn't get it for a minute. And so, if you decide to sign up, nothing's going to change. I'm still going to come over and hold your party. You're still going to get free Tupperware. But the difference is, all the parties that we schedule are the parties that get your business started.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah, and your first 2 parties, you can hold your first 2 average parties, and they're $500. Tupperware is going to make your second kit payment for you.
So I get everything for just the $39 then?
Yes.
That's awesome.
As long as you hold 2 parties. Now tell me how that sounds.
That sounds great.
That is awesome. I'll tell you what, I've got just some information I need to get from you. And then we've already got the date for your party set. We'll kind of go over your packet and we'll get you started.
Okay.
Sounds good. Now, here's what you need to know. 75% of the time, that is exactly how the conversation goes. 75% of the time she says, sounds pretty good. And then I say, let me get some information. And then if I'm on the phone, I take the information over the phone. If we're in person, and I'm going to show you the form in a minute, there's a form that they can fill out, okay? But the other 25% of the time, now remember, they almost always still say it sounds pretty good. Because does it not sound pretty good? Okay? But let's do that again, and you give me some kind of an objection that we get sometimes. So, Alicia, how does that all sound?
Well, it sounds okay, but I really don't have any money to do that right now.
Oh, I totally understand, totally understand. Well, we've got a couple different options, okay? If you want to make some extra money with Tupperware, because you're already having a party anyway, we can go ahead and get your party going, and if you decide to sell Tupperware, then it'll be your grand opening, and the very worst thing that's going to happen to you if you don't is you get free Tupperware, okay? But if you want to go and just give me your information, and then whatever day that you need, that I can order the kit, or if you need to go home and check with your husband, that's fine. And then whatever day you tell me, I'll write that down, and I won't run it until that day. Would that work? Would that help?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, all right. So, we hear that sometimes. So, give me another one. So, I'm going to say it again. So, how does that sound?
Well, I'm not really good at selling things.
I totally understand. Tell me what's either the favorite piece of Tupperware you have at your house, or something you saw fun tonight. What'd you see that you liked?
Oh boy, I love that stack cooker.
Oh my gosh, I know it's my favorite piece of Tupperware. So, why do you like it?
Well, I like it because I can put it all in the microwave at the same time, and it all comes out at the same time. Unlike when I used to start cooking dinner when I was first married, and one thing would come out, 30 minutes later something else would come out, and then 30 minutes later something else would come out.
So, do you know that you just did a Tupperware demonstration? What? Because all I do is I tell people, this is what I do at my house. I do 3 courses at the same time, and when I first got married, I did it this way. That is a Tupperware demonstration.
Cool.
Because all we
I
do,
guess I can do it.
there you go. Because all we do is just share with people what we do at our own house and practice on our own family and feed them, and they like that when we feed them. And especially when we feed them, you know, a variety of things, because we can cook in the microwave for them. So yeah. So the other thing sometimes I like to say when that is brought up is, I don't really feel like a lot. I mean, I understand your fear of selling totally. And you always want to understand the objection. Don't ever say, oh, that's dumb, you can sell. And yeah, you're just, then you've lost them. Always say, I get it, I get it. Many of you in this room get why people are afraid of selling, don't you? Yeah, how many of you? But I say, sometimes I have them talk to me about their favorite product, and then they're surprised how easy it was to share about it. But sometimes I'll also just say, you know, I also feel like I do a lot of teaching in my Tupperware parties, and you said you're a pair at a school. Yeah. So I assume you do some teaching with the kids. I mean, I know the teacher's the primary teacher, but, and all I really did tonight, if you think about it, is talk you guys about the microwave and about, you know, a few other things. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
I do.
Yeah. So I understand that, but I can help show you how to teach people about a Tupperware product.
Okay.
Okay?
I like that.
So now, can you think of any other objections we get? My wonderful new director here. Can anybody else out there think of any other objections we get?
I am too busy.
I am too busy. I don't know anybody.
Yeah,
I was waiting for that one.
that
I'm
was
too
one.
busy. Okay. And I totally, if somebody says they're too busy, I say, I get it. I absolutely get it. Okay. But you can work this around your schedule. And it really is, you can work this around your schedule. Okay. You're only going to be gone a couple of hours. And we do have something new that we didn't have 25.5 years ago when I signed up to sell Tupperware. We have something called the internet. I know it's a shock. And so here's the deal. You can even do something called Facebook parties. Now, I primarily, in my case, do Facebook parties just with my out-of-town or out-of-state friends, family, or customers. My niece that lives back east just called me the other day and said that she had a house fire. And she said, Aunt Debbie, they gave me, the people have been helping them, of course, and they gave me Target cards. And I went to Target and bought that stuff. And Aunt Debbie, it is not Tupperware. And I knew that, but oh my goodness. So I said, okay, so she placed like a $50 order, but before she did that, I said, Angel, what if we schedule, because she lives back east, I'd love to go visit, but it's not going to happen this month, right? And she needs to get her Tupperware now. Why don't we do a Facebook party? So then I created a link for the Facebook party. It's going to be Sunday night. And before I ordered her stuff, I created the link. So I ordered her order that she wanted that day on her own party, and now we're having a Facebook party on Sunday. And so there are other people, and we've heard many, many stories across the nation when Heather and Kristen and a few of us have been at Jubilee, of people that, for whatever reason, they just really couldn't get out of the house. One particular heart-wrenching story was that her husband had very, very, very serious cancer. Or was it her?
Yeah.
No, it was her. It was her husband. That was right. And she literally lived beside him in the hospital and did Facebook parties and made really good money and was on stage at Jubilee.
In a different town.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, completely. They weren't even at home. They had to move for months. And so, yeah, I mean, the cool thing about Tupperware today is we have so many things that we didn't have to offer our friends and our family and people that we know when we signed them up. Or
I actually did more sales while I was taking care of my daughter on hospice than I did when I was not.
There you go. So don't forget to offer those things. Don't forget to talk about those things. And then, of course, I don't know enough people. Now, tell me I don't know enough people.
I don't know very many people. I don't think I would know anybody who would want to have a party.
I understand. Now, the first question I always ask when somebody says they don't think they know anybody who would want to have a party is, now do your friends eat on a regular basis?
Well, I think so.
Okay, just checking. Because it's really the only thing that's required for Tupperware parties, okay, is food, okay? But who do you know? Now, I know that you've got to have at least 1 or 2 people that just love you enough that if you did this, they would have a party, okay? Who would it be? Give me their names.
Oh, Kathy and Vicki.
Okay, all right. So now, does Kathy, because this is the #1 concern of every single person almost that you sign up, okay? Do Kathy and Vicki have any friends that you don't know?
Oh, sure they do.
Okay, so here's what happens. Because, see, people are afraid that that you're just going to keep selling to your friends and family. And how long can I sell to my friends and family? In my case, for 25.5 years. No, if I was still just selling to my friends and family, I would not be paying my bills selling Tupperware. We'd be having a lot of fun, but I wouldn't be paying any bills, okay? I'm just saying.